Ever get that feel, like when you look up at the night sky and you get this sense that there's like this intelligence behind it all.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, when you start to think about it,
Yeah.
the idea that this is all just some random, cosmic accident,
Yeah.
it doesn't hold up,
Yeah.
There's so much order,
Hmm.
so much beauty, so much complexity.
Yeah. There's got to be something more to it, right? And that kind of leads us to what we're going to be diving into today.
Okay.
This idea of the logos,
The
but
logos.
not like the traditional, kind of religious figurehead kind of
Right.
concept. Think more like a cosmic artist,
Yeah.
like a galactic designer.
I like that. That's a really good way to think about it.
Yeah, so in this deep dive, we're going to explore this idea that each logos, and we're talking, whether it's a logos of a star system or a whole galaxy,
Right.
actually creates its own blueprint for evolution.
Wow.
And this includes like the archetypes that resonate within us, like hero, the trickster, the
Yes.
mother,
Yeah.
the structure of reality itself with its different densities,
Okay.
and even the spiritual laws that govern our experience, like it's all custom made.
That's wild. And so, where are we getting this information from? What are our sources for this deep dive?
Well, our sources talk about this logos, this force operating at a galactic or stellar level.
Okay.
And it's basically the architect behind these vast systems of experience. It's like this guiding consciousness that sets the stage for these cosmic narratives.
So, like a master storyteller in a way.
Exactly. And, it makes you think about like the universe we live in. It's not just a universe, it's our universe.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
a bespoke creation tailored by a specific logos
Uh-huh.
for a purpose that is so profound, it's almost hard to wrap our minds around. And that purpose is the creator knowing itself through these infinite expressions.
That's a big one.
It really is. It's like it shifts our perspective completely from just, accidental observers in a cold void to like active participants in this magnificent work of art.
That's a beautiful way to put it. It really changes how you see everything.
It does. And it makes you wonder, like, what if the challenges we face, the symbols that resonate with us, the way we grow spiritually,
Yeah.
it's all part of this incredibly detailed artistic design?
I mean, that would make so much sense in a way, wouldn't it?
It would. So let's break this down a bit. What exactly is a logos in this context? This galactic architect idea. What does it actually mean?
Well, according to our sources,
Yeah.
a logos can be the creator of like a single star system, or it could be like the consciousness for an entire galaxy,
Hmm.
billions of star systems.
Wow.
And it's interesting because Ra actually mentions that each of these can be viewed as a separate divine project.
Oh, wow.
So when we talk about our logos, we're probably talking about the consciousness that designed our Milky Way galaxy.
So our entire galaxy
Yep.
is essentially one enormous, unique, creative undertaking.
It's mind-boggling when you think about it.
It really is. And within this divine project, there's this idea of an archetypical mind.
Right.
What is that?
Well, each logos, in the process of creation, it develops its own archetypical mind.
Okay.
And this is like a specific set of concepts, symbols, energetic patterns that are unique to that logos and the system it governs.
So it's kind of like the operating system for consciousness within that creation.
Yeah, exactly, like the underlying code.
Wow. So the archetypes we're familiar with, the hero, the trickster, the mother,
Yeah.
these aren't universal.
They're not. They're specific to our logos, which is just wild to think about.
So another galaxy designed by a different logos with a different purpose
Right.
would have a totally different set of archetypes.
Totally. And they might even be like murky or incomprehensible to us.
It's like trying to understand a completely different culture.
Yeah, or different language.
Yeah.
They're operating on a whole other symbolic system.
So we're talking about unique artistic traditions.
Absolutely. Like
Yeah.
each logos is expressing the same fundamental principles of consciousness, but they're doing it through their own lens, their own aesthetic.
It's like you've got all these different artists working with the same materials, but they're creating vastly different works of art.
Exactly.
So, okay, we've got all these different logo, each with their own creation, their own set of archetypes.
Right.
But why? What's the motivation behind all this cosmic artistry?
Well, according to our sources, it's all about expressing the creator in a more eloquent way. It's
Gotcha.
like the one infinite creator wants to experience itself through all these different lenses, all these different perspectives.
And the archetypical mind with all its unique patterns,
Yes.
it serves to amplify that self-expression.
It's like imagine a peacock fanning out its tail.
Oh, I love that metaphor.
It's all these vibrant, unique feathers, each one different, But together, they create this breathtaking whole.
That's such a beautiful image.
And that's exactly what the archetypical mind is like.
Hmm.
It's this magnificent display of the creator's infinite creativity.
And it makes you realize that creation isn't this cold, mechanical process. It's profoundly artistic. It's deeply expressive.
It's a love story at its core.
And it sounds like these logos aren't just setting things in motion and then stepping back. They're actively involved, almost like they're experimenting with different approaches to evolution.
Yeah, it's like they're constantly refining their craft, trying out different game mechanics for consciousness to evolve and experience itself.
It's divine play on a cosmic scale.
Exactly. And our logos, the one responsible for our galaxy, it made some very specific design choices that have shaped our experience.
Like what? Give me some examples.
Well, one of the most fundamental choices was to implement a system that allows for profound polarization through total free will.
So we have the freedom to choose our path to orient ourselves towards service to others or service to self.
Exactly. And this was a big decision. Not all logo chose this route.
So this freedom that we often take for granted,
Huh.
it's not a universal constant.
No, some logoi might have chosen systems with more harmony, more guidance, less radical free will,
But our logos went all in on free will and the potential for growth that comes with it.
even though it means things can get pretty messy sometimes.
It's a high risk, high reward kind of situation.
For sure.
And this ability to polarize, how did that connect with the archetypes?
Well, the archetypes in our system are designed to actually facilitate that polarization.
Oh, interesting.
They can act as energetic attractors, subtly nudging us towards either service to others or service to self.
So they're not just there to help us understand the world, they're actively involved in our spiritual journey.
Absolutely. They're like tools for spiritual acceleration.
And because each logos crafts its own system, the archetypes of other creations might be totally foreign to us.
Totally. Yeah, it'd be like trying to read a book in a language you don't know.
It's like each galaxy is its own divine sandbox with its own set of rules and lessons to be learned.
I love that analogy.
And within our sandbox, our logos introduce this concept of the veil.
Right, the veil.
It's like this separation of forgetting that occurs between our conscious awareness and our unconscious mind.
Like a cosmic amnesia.
Exactly. And it wasn't necessarily a standard feature in earlier cosmic experiments.
Nope.
So we're not born with full memory of our origins, our past lives, our connection to the creator.
It's all veiled.
And that's by design.
It is.
Why? What's the purpose of this veil?
Well, according to our sources, it's all about intensifying the experience.
Okay.
By creating this separation,
Yeah.
this forgetting spiritual evolution becomes a journey of rediscovery.
We have to remember who we truly are.
Yeah, it's like a cosmic mystery school.
It definitely makes those moments of insight, those aha moments, feel so much more profound.
Like you finally cracked the code.
And this veil, it seems deeply connected to that central choice we were talking about, service to others versus service to self.
That's right. The veil raises the stakes of the choice.
Because in a state of complete awareness, the choice might seem obvious or even meaningless.
Right, but the veil makes it so we have to really discern.
Yeah.
We have to work for it.
And third density, our current level of experience, it's designed to really bring this choice into focus.
Yeah, it's the realm where polarity is most intensely experienced.
It's like a cosmic pressure cooker for spiritual evolution.
Exactly. You're constantly faced with situations that force you to examine your motivations and make choices that define your energetic alignment.
And it's interesting because our sources contrast this with Logoi, who chose not to implement full free will.
Yeah, their creations might be more harmonious, but they might lack the depth and variety of experience that we have here.
So the veil and the choice, they're not just random features, they're deliberate tools in the hands of our logos.
They are.
All aimed at creating a richer, more profound experience for the creator to know itself.
It's all interconnected.
And let's go back to those archetypes for a second.
Okay.
It sounds like they play a really important role in all this.
They do. They're not just decorative elements.
Right, so they're more like signposts along the path tools to help us navigate the journey.
Exactly. And remember, the archetypical mind is unique to each logos. Just like the constellations would look different from another galaxy.
So our logos crafted these archetypes as another way to express the creator.
Like each hue on that peacock's tail.
But it's important to remember that the archetypes themselves aren't the foundation of spiritual evolution.
No, they're more like a framework for understanding it.
And in our system, they're designed to facilitate polarization.
Right, to help us figure out our orientation towards service to others or service to self.
And there's even a bias towards kindness woven into them.
Yeah, our logo seems to have a soft spot for kindness.
But we still have the freedom to choose either path.
Absolutely.
And our logos uses a specific number of archetypes, right?
Yes, 22.
22, that's a very specific number.
It is 7 associated with the mind, 7 with the body, 7 with the spirit, and 1 that represents the choice itself.
So it's a very comprehensive system.
It is, and Ray actually says it's the most articulated system they've observed.
Wow. So when do these archetypes start to influence us?
Pretty much from the moment we enter third density.
Even before we're consciously aware of them.
Yeah, it's like we're swimming in this ocean of archetypal energies from the very beginning.
And then we have densities, these different levels of vibration and experience. How do they fit into all of this?
The densities are like different octaves of consciousness that were designed by the logos.
Okay.
They're like the musical notes of our spiritual journey. Each density represents a unique quality of experience with its own set of challenges and opportunities.
And our logos is responsible for creating all these densities.
Yes, both the space-time realities that we're familiar with and the corresponding time-space dimensions.
And each density corresponds to a specific vibrational color, right?
Like a cosmic color spectrum?
So first density is red, second is orange, third is yellow, which is where we are now.
Right.
Fourth is green, fifth is blue, sixth is indigo, and seventh is violet.
Exactly.
It's like climbing a rainbow staircase.
I like that.
And each density has its own focus, its own primary lesson.
Yes. First density is about basic awareness. Second density is about growth in a physical form.
Third density is about self-awareness and the
Fourth density is about love and understanding. Fifth density is about wisdom. Sixth density is about unity, and seventh density is about completion.
So it's a gradual ascent, a progressive refinement of our vibration.
And the formation of these densities is a really meticulous process.
It's like the logos is carefully composing each movement of a grand symphony.
Each density has its own melody, its own set of harmonic possibilities.
And it's not just a linear progression, right?
Oh, it's fractal.
There are cycles within cycles, octaves within octaves.
Each completed journey through the 7 densities is one full octave of experience, and then it starts all over again at a higher level.
It's a never-ending spiral of evolution.
Infinite potential.
And within this grand design orchestrated by the logos, there's this idea of a cosmic hierarchy.
Yes.
These nested layers of creators. Can you explain that a bit more?
Sure. So the logos isn't the only level of conscious creation within its domain.
Okay.
There are sub-logos, like our sun, for example.
So the sun is a sub-logos of the logos that created our galaxy.
That's right.
And these sub-logo have some creative freedom to add their own nuances to the overall design.
Exactly, like they're riffing on the main theme.
So the sun isn't just a passive celestial body. It's an active conscious participant in this cosmic creation.
Yeah, it's shaping the experiences within our solar system.
And it goes even deeper than that, right?
It does. We have sub-logoi, and that's where it gets personal, because you, the listener, you are a sub-logos.
Wow.
In fact, every entity, no matter how small, is some form of sub or sub-logos.
So we're not just tiny, insignificant specks. We're all centers of creative potential.
We're all co-creators.
That's an amazing thought.
It is, creation is this nested process. The logo sets the foundation, the sub-logo refine the systems, and we as sub-logos shape our individual experiences.
Each level mirroring the whole while expressing its own unique character.
It's a fractal of creativity.
And this whole idea of free will and polarity, it wasn't always a part of cosmic design, was it?
No, it seems like it was a later development.
Like the logo discovered it along the way.
Yeah, they realized the potential for richer, more multifaceted experiences.
So it's like the cosmic artists are always learning, always refining their techniques.
Always pushing the boundaries of creativity.
And this polarization, this choice between service to others and service to self, it's the engine driving our development here in third density.
It is. It's what makes us harvestable. It's what allows us to progress to higher densities.
And our logos designed a system with a bias towards kindness.
A little nudge in the right direction.
But we still have the freedom to choose either path.
Absolutely.
And other logos have approached this in different ways.
Yes, some have more neutral backgrounds, while others have even had higher percentages of negative harvests.
It's a fascinating experiment.
It is, and the veil plays a crucial role in all this, too.
How so?
Well, the veil makes the choice more meaningful.
Okay.
Because when we're not aware of our inherent unity, the choice to align with one path or the other becomes a more conscious, deliberate act. It requires more inner work.
It's like raising the difficulty level to make the victory more satisfying.
Exactly. And at the heart of all of this is the choice itself.
It's the central axis of our third density experience.
It's the culmination of our learning, and it determines where we go from here.
And it's not just an intellectual decision, it's about who we are at our core.
It's about our actions, our thoughts, our intentions, our vibration.
And this choice made possible by the veil and intensified by our experiences in third density serves a deeper purpose.
It does. The purpose of polarity is to develop the potential to do work.
And this work refers to the transformative processes of consciousness.
The refining and purification of our being.
And it seems like there's a sense of urgency surrounding this choice.
There is, our sources suggest that the time is coming when everyone on Earth will be faced with this choice.
And that a clear alignment will become evident.
No more fence sitting.
And when we take a step back and look at the big picture, the logoi, the archetypes, the densities, the veil, the choice.
It all points to one fundamental truth.
All is one.
Exactly. It all originates from infinity becoming aware of itself.
And from that point, the creator experiences itself through the infinite diversity of creation.
Through each and every one of us.
So we're not separate from the creator.
We're all integral parts of it.
And the original thought, the driving force behind it all,
Love.
the logos, is the first distortion of that love,
The first expression.
leading to light space-time and the densities.
The entire universe is a reflection of that love.
It's a cosmic mirror.
And the creator wants all of his parts to experience that love.
To recognize it, to
Yeah.
express it.
It's a celebration of unity and diversity.
And how can we as individuals tap into this awareness of the creator and its love?
Practices like meditation, contemplation, and present moment awareness can help us tune in to that frequency.
To feel that underlying current of love that connects us all.
It's always there waiting to be discovered.
So to wrap things up, the takeaway for you, our listener, is this: you exist within a purposeful system of evolution.
You're not a cosmic accident.
You're part of a meticulously designed experience created by a logos, a galactic artist.
The master of consciousness.
And you yourself are a co-creator, a sub-logos, with the power to shape your own reality. So think about the choices you make, the archetypes that resonate with you, and the underlying unity that connects you to everything.
It's a lot to ponder.
It is, but it's worth exploring.
Definitely keep diving deep into these concepts and see where they lead you.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
It's been a pleasure.
Until next time, keep seeking, keep exploring, and keep expanding your awareness.
Safe travels.
And remember, you are loved.